Okay, here we go. New Extreme came out this week. This is, if you've not seen my videos before, this is a melee walkthrough. It's not like a full-on guide. It's really just what you are going to look for as a melee. The strats we're using in this group are Hector, which is the same thing as the raid plan, I think. If there's a few minor changes, okay, but I'm using Hector's guide for this. What you need to do is you need light parties, you need clock positions, and that's really all you need. Clocks are a little weird for this fight. Melees are going to be northwest and northeast. Anyway, here we go. A little bit louder with that. The fight is going to start out very easy for us. You're just going to be straight middle. There's going to be two tank busters. The tank busters are this huge cone that you see coming out here. It's tank stuff. They're going to swap or invuln. As long as you're in the middle, you should be safe because they're taking it in the corner. And then comes a repeating mechanic, Fear of Death. So Fear of Death, I'll wait until it spawns. Okay, Fear of Death is going to spawn these circles. They go in a line pretty much, and this one might spawn here or it might spawn here, but it's going to be tank, melee, melee, tank if you're using Hector strats. I think there's a raid plan that has it slightly different, but that's what we're doing here, and we're going east-west for that. So since I'm melee 1 in this one, I'm going to be taking this one. So when it spawns, it's going to spawn a hand. And basically, right when it spawns, it's going to snapshot somebody, and it's going to shoot a line at that somebody. So you want to point that line away from the group, or in other words, out to, the abyss. If I pointed it this way, it's likely I would kill somebody. So point it out. Okay. Then, you see this cast, Cold Grip. So what Cold Grip is going to do is going to do sides. Sides are going to be unsafe, so we're going to go in the middle. And then immediately afterwards, see how this side is kind of glowy, it's kind of purple, and this side isn't? Well, that means that this side is going to cleave all of this. So go middle, and then you're going to go away from the side that's glowing purple. So my middle, away from the side that's glowing purple, and that's it. A lot of these mechanics are going to repeat, so you're going to get real used to them. Okay, Memento. One side is going to be purple over here, and one side is going to be light over here. As a DPS, you are always going to go to the light side. And as a melee, this is super simple. You're going to go right up in the front. And as you saw, there was a laser down the center. So we went to the light side. And then, after that, we're going to get these huge circles. And as a melee, it's super easy. If you're melee 1, you're going to be on the left. If you're melee 2, you're going to be on the right. This could be on either side, depending on which side was the light side. But melee 1's always going to be on the left. Melee 2's always going to be on the right. Super easy. You're always going to be in the front for this one. Okay, Soul Reaping. This comes back in a lot of different versions, but you see this circle here. This is the arena, and you can see he's showing you what he's going to do. So you can see the middle is full, so the middle is going to be unsafe for the next mechanic. And then he's going to do a cast. Okay, so the middle is unsafe, so there's going to be a laser going through here. Group 1 is going to be on this side, group 2 is going to be on this side. And then he's going to do a cast. He's either going to do 2-fold or 4-fold. 2 means light parties. 4 means partners. So it's 2, so it's light parties. So the whole light party on the side is just going to stack on the healer probably around here. If it were partners, then the tank and the melee DPS would go, well, in this case, right here. Basically in front, as in front as you can, because the cone's going to come out and we don't want the cone to kill anybody else. This marker in this group, you might find a few different markers in Party Finder. This marker is if it was an inside, not an outside. This is an outside. But anyway, in this example, this is a twofold, so it's light parties. So it's a 4-person stack cone. And then you can see he's showing the opposite. So now the sides are full. So the middle is going to be safe. However, this time he's going to put this in his pocket and save it for later. As far as I can tell, these first two are always opposite. So the first one was out, this one is in. I haven't had it the same, so I'm pretty sure it's always opposite. Next is another Fear of Death. This one's slightly different, but we solve it basically the same. So you can see this puddle is the tank, this is the melee, this is the melee, and then there's another like tank that's going to be over there. Anyway. We do this exactly the same. We bait it out. And by the way, as soon as this attack goes out from the hands, you can move into it. You can stand on it right as the attack goes out. This one, we're going to get a puddle underneath us, and we're going to spawn more hands wherever we put it. So I usually just put it right where the first one spawned, or whatever makes sense. And we're going to bait again, but this time it's going to be telegraphed so you can move out of it. So I bait it north, so it's away from the group. I move out of it, and I move to the center. So you can see here, everyone's baiting their hands like out into the abyss. So if everyone's baiting their hands away from the middle is safe for this. There's another tank buster going on. We don't have to worry about that. We're just in the middle again. Okay. Remember before, the last thing he did with the circle telegraph meant we were going in. So there's going to be a laser going this way, and we're going to have to be inside. This is another twofold blight, so we're going to do light party here, light party here. If it was fourfold blight, if this was fourfold, then me and the tank would be over here. Grand Cross. Yeah, the arena is going to get real small. Okay, so everyone starts in the middle. Puddles are going to spawn underneath us, and if you're melee 1, you're going to start heading to the intercard on the left. If you're melee 2, you go to the intercard on the right. You're going to go right outside this puddle, stop right here, drop another puddle, and then go to the edge. So first puddle, move just outside. Second puddle, move just outside. I'm on an intercard. Now a few things are happening here, okay? We have these lasers with timers. You're just gonna chill in the intercard right here. Don't move yet, okay? Once the lasers go off, both of them, 2 of them, then you're free to move and you're not gonna get hit. Okay, and as you can see, I have a spread, and there's also towers being taken. The way it's supposed to work is I'm responsible for this intercard and direct north as melee 1. Okay, melee 1 is there. And then if you're melee 2, you would be the next 2 going there. You'd be an intercard and east. I might mess that up in this. We'll see. But right now I have a spread. So I just stay on the intercard, wait for the 2 lasers to go. And then, so the 2 lasers went off, and the people who didn't have the spread took the towers. Okay? So if I didn't have a spread, I would have taken the tower right here. And then, oh, I don't mess it up in this time. Okay. And then after the first the first tower or the first 2 lasers, chill on a cardinal, or in this case north, for more lasers to go off. And once the lasers go off, you can move into your tower. Yeah, I don't mess it up this time. You're always going to do both. You're always going to do a spread, and you're always going to do a tower. So if you have one in the first one, you know you're going to have the second in the second one. It looks really hectic. The tip in the Hector guide really helped me out. Remember, you go to an intercard right here, wait for the first 2 lasers to go out, take your tower or spread. Then you go to a cardinal, in this case A, wait for the other lasers to go out, and then take your tower or spread. And that helps a lot. Once that's done, we're going to bait more. So everyone's going to go completely center. We do exactly the same thing. Go right outside the circle, bait another circle, and then go to an intercard. Go to an intercard. As long as you're on an intercard, you'll be fine there. This is just a room-wide AoE. I like the music for this one. And then we have more hands. This boss has got a lot of hands. So this one's kind of cool. That's a big one. I'd just let the tanks handle that one, and I focus down the little ones. Literally, just always be attacking something and dodge the telegraphs. That's all this is. It's really hectic, but like, it's not hard. Like, hit stuff, dodge the lines. That's all this is. And all you have to do is kill all the hands before this fills up. It's not complicated. You just kind of do it. You can hit the boss a little bit here as things get really dark. And you could hold on to some resources if you're worried about DPS. I am not. And what I mean by hold on to resources, if you need DPS, it's for this next part. You're going to be sent to the Shadow Realm. Where there's going to be hands. Okay, so the hands, they're just going to do the same telegraphs. So, okay, hold on. So the hands, they're going to do telegraphs. One of them is going to start a long cast that does something bad. I don't know what it is because I've never let it finish. I honestly have no idea, but it can't be good. What some people suggest is trying to damage both of them equally until you see the one that starts casting first, and then kill that one first. And so since your damage is spread out, whichever one starts casting first will be close enough to death that you can finish it. I play Viper and Reaper, and they're both very geared. So I just kill one, and then I kill the other one, and I've never seen the cast go off. Do with that what you will. Let's see what happens this fall. Yep, I just kill him. After that, jump on the circles just like a normal mode. I think this is a really cool mechanic. I like this a lot. I hope there's more mechanics similar to this one going forward. Apparently healers have a hard time with that. I haven't healed this fight, so I don't know. You come out of the Shadow Realm. I think people are calling this phase 2. I don't know. Okay. So he's gonna put hands on the sides. There's a hand this way that's gonna go that way, and there's a hand over here that's gonna go this way. which means this front area is free. And we're going to go in the same order that we do for Fear of Death. So it's going to be tank, melee. We're going to get circles. And this just drops a hand that we're going to bait. Just like before. We bait it into the abyss. And then we go center. This is very quick. Okay, we just baited those hands. And then we have to look at the boss. This side is... he's doing another cold grip. So this side is glowing, so that means we're going to go center and then away from the glowy side. Center, away from the glowy side. That is really fast. When I was first learning this fight, I got hit by that like every time. Okay, here's the hardest part of the fight. Because it's a memory game and I hate memory games. He's going to do 4 telegraphs and give them a number. They're always going to be in, out, sides, and center in some order. And then he's going to turn it, and you're going to have to pick up whatever step it is. So I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Hold on. I didn't even I didn't even register what that was. Okay. So this is a donut, so that means we're going to be in. He's going to do a donut around himself. And then he gives that a number. That's here, it's 1. Okay? So it's going to be in. And then the next one, you can see he's going down the center, so the sides are safe. So it's insides, out, the point blank, and center. Okay. Now, for me, this doesn't, like, trying to think of all 4 doesn't work for me. So instead, I think that I try and simplify it as much as possible. So center and in both have a similar safe spot. So for example, if it's a donut, okay, then all of that is unsafe. And if it's sides, then the sides are unsafe. For both of those, this part is safe. So an in and a center, if I just treat the front of him inside, for both of those, I can use the same call out. I can just say in and in. And then the opposite is also true. So if he's going to do a point blank, so this is unsafe, and he's going to do a sides, so that's unsafe, that means all of this is safe. So it's going to be an out and an out. Get where I'm going with this? So I can simplify my callouts by just simplifying it to in and in rather than center, sides, in or out. Does that make sense? So let's do that again, and let's call it like that again. So this works way better for me and my small melee brain. So let's call it. So that's going to be an in, an out, and an out, and an in. In, out, out, in. And what you can do, let me see, so in, I don't know if you can see this, but like in my group, we had some very helpful people in this Party Finder group, but someone is calling in, sides, out, mid, but then this person right here just did in, out, out, in, or I, O, O, I, which is easier to type, right? So by typing it out, that can help you free up your brain, okay? So now they're gonna randomize the starting point. Prop rotation. Okay, so you see here is 2. So we're gonna start from 2. 2 is out. So because the original order was in, out, out, in, it is now out, out, in, in. Okay? This is the hardest mechanic in the fight. It twists my brain into a knot just thinking about it even here. So it's out, out, in, in. So what I'm doing, I know both outs. Out is either this or this. So if I'm here, I'm safe for both outs. So I can just stay here for both of the two ones. Oh, also, there's one more thing. He's doing a second season. Second season means at the end of this, we're doing light parties because second is 2. If he's doing fourth season, it would be buddies because buddies is 4. So out. I'm staying out. And then in. And staying in. And that was out, out, in. And on this very last one, the last part, the last of that is when the stacks go out. And we're doing light parties because it was second season. It seems like a lot, and it is. This is the hardest mechanic in the fight. But we're trying to simplify it as much as possible. Just think out, out, in, or whatever kind of order it gives you. Circle of Lives. Alright. These planets, one's going to start doing this, and it's going to do a donut, so you have to go on top of it. There's also a hand somewhere on the outside. The hand is going to go out right before the third planet, and you're going to have to adjust for that. So this is the first planet. And I'm taking a look. See, there's the hand. That's the first planet. Here's the second planet. Now the hand's gonna go out right before this third planet, and you can barely see it here. He's doing a soul reaping. There's a lot of multitasking here. You can look here. It's inside is safe. It's really useful if someone types it in chat. And you just go to whatever planet's shining in order. Kind of sucks for a Reaper for uptime. And then we're going in. And it's a twofold, which means it's a light party. Is it only light party in this recording? Might only be a light party in this recording. Mass Macabre. So this is really good to take a look at a guide with a diagram on it. But basically, there's going to be these towers that need to be stomped out with as many people as there are circles in it. So, for example, this has 3 circles. It needs 3 bodies to step in it to turn it off. Right here is going to be a 4. All the melees, well, the tanks and the melee DPS are going to go in here and instantly solve it. Okay? In this group, we are doing the melee uptime strategy for this. I think that's going to become the normal in Party Finder because uptime, right? So just follow what we're doing here. This is always going to be, it's always going to start here, whether you're melee 1 or melee 2. We instantly solve that. Then something you have to keep in mind, you get a Vuln, a 4-second Vuln here. So you can't instantly go to the other towers, because if you solve another tower before this Vuln goes off, you die. But it's only 4 seconds, so it's not that big a deal. After the first one, melee 2 goes in this one, melee 1 goes in this one. That's it. Wait for the Vuln. Solve that. And then take a look at these hands. These hands are going to do a laser, dodge, whatever, wherever they are. I'm waiting for this Vuln stack to go off before I go into this tower. It's always going to be the same. Whether you're melee 1 or melee 2, you're going there. And then we go and take the other tower. Whether you're melee 1 or melee 2, you always go there. Then we got another cold grip. This one is glowing, so it's going to be middle and then away from the glowy side. Okay, he's doing another Relentless Reaping. It's the same thing as the other one. So you're taking a look at this, and this we would call an out. So out, in, and out. And you can see someone just put that in, I can't really, someone put it in chat as well. Let me move me down now. There we go. So it's out, in, out, and he rotates. Okay, so that's starting on the second one. So he rotates, so the second one is the first one now, so that means it's an in, out, out. With one more piece of the puzzle. He's doing a second season, so it's another light party stack. Again, if it was fourth season, it would be two-person stack. If it was two-person stack, basically, like, if it's an in, you'd be here. If it's an out, you would be, well, here or here. It doesn't matter because it's a cone. So we know it's in, out, out, and it's a light party stack. So in, out, and light party. Fear of Death is, it's all repeat mechanics from here. So Fear of Death is just the hands. We are second in line because we're melee 1. Circle of Lives. This one's the same but slightly different. So now there's 4 circles and there's 2 hands. The hands are going to go off on the second planet and the 4th planet. So you have to adjust to that. So the first planet, no hands. Second planet, okay. We saw that there's a hand, you can't see it, but there is a hand over here. So this is going to hit the top of this circle. So we're going to have to be more in the south of this circle to not get hit. And let's see that? Goes halfway through the planet. Third one's safe, and fourth one you have to be careful. Don't get hit by the hand. It's either going to be at the top of the circle or the bottom of the circle. And we have good DPS in this group, so it's dead. But everything after that is literally just repeated mechanics, exactly the same as before. It's not too hard of a extreme, but there's definitely some tricky parts that might mess you up. The memory game, I'm really bad at the memory game. So like somebody typing it in the chat is incredibly helpful. Just the IOOI or whatever is really, really helpful. Hopefully this was useful. If it wasn't, I don't know why you're still here. See you next time.